Okay. So, yep. How is everybody doing? Let me know how you are all doing. How is everybody here doing? And if you just joined, let me know where you're watching from. If you're on YouTube, just let me know where you're watching from. And those watching me on TikTok, let me know where you're watching from. Okay. Yep. Come here. Let me share the link to other people so we talk. Mm. Okay, so great. Yeah. So let me know where you're watching from. If you joined, let me know where you're watching from. Just comment your country in the comments so I see it, then we start. Today is a Saturday, and every Saturday I come here on live. And if you have any questions for me regarding your interview or regarding your study abroad journey, you just let me know. I answer it for you. So that is what we are going to do every Saturday. Okay. So if you have any questions regarding your visa interview or regarding your study abroad, you just let me know. Okay, Daniel said, as a student, as an F1 student, I was the ninth entry at the port of entry. Can you pick me? Then I explained to you. What happened? Port of entry. This is the first time I'm seeing someone getting denied at the port of entry. Okay, let me pick you really quick. Let's see how. Okay, you haven't requested. Fresh like is from Ghana. Okay. Yeah, what happened at the port of entry? Let me know. Franca is also from Ghana. Is it Daniel? Yeah, if you just joined someone, Daniel got his visa approved, right? He got his visa approved, and I think he got to the port of entry. He already got to the US, and they denied him. So I'll if you joined here, let me know whether you can hear him. Daniel, yeah, what's going on? What happened?
Okay, so that was on 20. I went to JFK and then submitted my documents and then they took me to the customs office. And then they were asking me questions. They took my phone, they went to the phone and they were like, someone helped me with my application and stuff. So I have to voluntarily withdraw my application and also withdraw my visa and they cancel the visa and then I come back.
How? Which country? Is it Nigeria? Are you from Nigeria?
No, from Ghana.
Was he a student's visa?
Yeah, student F1 visa.
This is the first time I'm hearing this. When did that happen?
That's 28th of April. Now, I think this last week Tuesday. Now Tuesday at JFK.
Did you do something wrong? Like,
No, if I did something wrong, they would have me.
can you tell people here like the questions you were asked? Because I remember getting to the port of entry, and I think they asked me some questions and they let me go. I couldn't answer every question though, but they let me go. But I don't know how yours happened.
They asked me the school address, everything. I told them everything, the school address, where I'm going, my flight tickets, everywhere, where I'm going, where's my last stop, because my school was in Kentucky. I told them they saw everything, but then they were trying to find out what exactly is on my phone. Because from there, at the point of port of entry, from there they will send you to the customs office, and then an officer will also interrogate you as well before they permit you. I mean, they stamp in your passport. So that was where things got tedious. They detained me and then brought me back.
This is serious. So they looked through your phone. They took your phone and looked through your phone.
Yeah.
And what did they find? Sorry.
Okay.
What did they find on your phone?
They were like, someone assisted me. You see the DS-160 filling the form. So I was like, before you fill the DS-160, it shows that you can be assisted by someone. So how is this possible? And they actually wasted my time for like 7 hours. I was still there. And even someone even got banned for 5 years.
5 years at the port of entry.
Yes. They canceled everything and they banned the person for 5 years. They were like, the person is coming to work.
Daniel, this is very serious because this is the first time I'm ever hearing that. So when so what did they say do? Like, what's the next step? What's the way forward?
So they were like, okay, so I'm voluntarily canceling the visa so that I come back and then reapply again. If they will give it to me, but fine.
Now,
share this so that in case people are going, they become very they know what to do because I think I'll let to the distance because you are not even supposed to be taken to the customs office.
yeah.
So most of the students were sent to the customs office and then they will interrogate you. I think 5 students were even banned. 5 students were banned. I think I was the only one who was to be planning to even voluntarily cancel my visa and come back. People were giving 5 years bound.
This is very serious, bro.
Because I was traveling called my 20. I was traveling in my semester, just 11 days to my program to start. Because on my 20, my summer it's a master's program, so my summer was starting on May 11th. Yeah, so
oh, bro. Yeah. Those here, I'll answer your questions soon. I'm listening to a story that has really shocked me. When did you get your visa approved?
That was in February.
February. And you went last week and they said come back. Yeah. Have you contacted the school that you came to the US and the immigration said go back? And what's the school saying?
So, they were sorry, so they just want to request for maybe a new entry so that can reapply. But then they have also contacted an attorney in the US and then they are trying to work on it because they also don't understand.
Yeah, I think contacting an attorney in the US is a very smart move.
Yeah, so we've contacted them and we've sent them everything. So they are going to contact the customs office and find out what exactly happened. Because
Bro, I'm hoping that everything
keeping
goes well.
conscious, of course. Even if your visa is approved right now at the point of entry, it's more than they asking you to approve your visa.
So
Kind of question.
so how many questions were you asked at the port of entry? Daniel, can you hear me?
Yeah.
How many questions? Like who like how was the whole thing? You got there and they stopped you. Of course, they are going to stop you. And they took your phone. Daniel got off. Oh, bro. Yeah, it's very sad. It's very sad. I don't know whether he's going to request again. Maybe his network. But yeah, there is a whole feeling with getting approved, and after you get approved, finally you get to the port of entry, and they'll just say go back to your home country. That is very sad. You know. Yeah, Debbie said it's quite surprised. This is the first time I'm hearing that. Yeah, and a creature said, Daniel, please take heart. Yeah, it's very sad. It's very sad. Yeah, maybe it's surprising though. It's very surprising. I don't know how, but I remember I got there. Same thing. They asked me several questions. I think um they asked me why I'm coming to the US. What is the mascot of my school? They asked me a whole lot. But he said, but why would they do that? I have no idea. He said they took his phone. They took his phone and they had to go through his phone, which is, I don't know. It's an invasion of privacy, I think, because why would you go through someone's phone? But yeah, is the customs. They can do whatever they want. So they went through his phone and they said he should go back to his country. Is it like visa now? Because it's by grace. So yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. You've been. Is that they should trying another country is not as easy. Like you've gotten to a point and you are all at zero, and trying another country is not the thing. Daniel, I'll contact you. He said, bro, sometimes smile small. Nah, I don't have to smile with anyone. I think we should delete everything on our phones when we are going. Yeah, I think for now that's what I'm thinking now. Because he said they went through his phone. They went through his phone and oh, today I was about to answer questions, but Daniel, I'm following you right now. So we talk. We talk. I hope you find a good attorney who is going to. Yeah, I hope he finds a good attorney who is going to really fight his case for him because he got his visa. And Latifa said maybe they saw something on the phone which didn't sit well with them. Yeah, for phone, I know they take your phone. I know they obviously there are people who they took their phone. And yeah. Yeah, it could be true. It could be true. He said, was he an F1 student? Yeah, F1. F1. I think of late the scrutiny is very high. Yeah, it's very high, especially for students. Many people's visa has expired, but they don't want to go back. Like they are done with everything. So just like when you are going to your visa interview, you have to prove home ties. You have to tell them that you're going to go back to your home country. They expect you to do that after school. They expect you to go back to your home country. So if your visa expires and many people do not want to go back, it creates this kind of. So scrutiny on F1, that's why of late many people are getting denied and stuff. But still, if you prepare well, if your case is well, if your case is right, I think you're going to get approved. Yeah, so I think if your phone contains anything you don't want them to see, I think you have to clear the phone before you go. That's what I'm thinking right now. That's what I'm thinking right now. Justina said I got denied 2 times. Yeah, try again for the next time if you have the money to fund yourself to pay everything. Yeah, try again. Yeah, Ruth, thank you very much for the likes. I really appreciate it. Yep. He said if your mass is cancelled, can you apply to a school? Sunkwan, why are you laughing? He said if your mass is cancelled, can you apply to a school abroad? Yeah, it depends on the school. There are schools that do not take your WASI, so it depends. He said, the other guy whose grandfather, yeah, Munyaneza, yeah, your grandfather can sponsor, but you have to explain why your grandfather is sponsoring. Does he have a history of sponsoring you? If yes, then your grandfather can sponsor you. Okay. Is that a 15K? If you can really explain who is going to sponsor you with a 49K, yeah, it's okay. 15K is okay. Yeah, go ahead. I got my visa approved after being on administrative processing for a week. Success. Congratulations. I see you've always been joining me on live and stuff. Congratulations. Yeah, so just make sure they don't stop you, or they are going to stop you at the port of entry, but make sure you clear your phone and stuff. I don't know. Latifa said, please, I want to ask you that. He said, I want to ask you that will it look or sound desperate if you reapply after 2 weeks? Maybe you couldn't communicate. If so, this is what they are saying. Okay, on their website, this is what he said. If you make significant changes to your previous application, if you make an improvement, you can apply again. So if you feel you are ready after 2 weeks, and it's not going to take even 2 weeks because you're going to take a long time to find a date. So it will be like a month or two. So I think that is okay. If you've made significant changes, you are okay. Maybe previously you couldn't really speak well, you were nervous, or you didn't have any scholarships. And after 2 weeks, now you have a scholarship, you have everything. I think you are good to go. He said, what about visiting visa? What do you want to know about visiting visa? He said we both have a story to tell one day. Yeah, one day everybody is going to tell their story. Everybody. He said what makes them stop you at the port of entry? That is it. That's the thing. So after you get your visa approved, right? You book your flight, you finally come to the US. The first airport you get to is called your port of entry. Okay. And when you get there, and if it's your first time getting to the new country, they are obviously going to stop you. They stopped me. They stopped many people who are coming here for the first time. They'll stop you and they'll ask you several questions. Why are you coming to our country? Why are you here? So when you say you are a student, so they'll be asking you questions just like the visa interview. Okay, they'll ask you several questions, and they can even check your bag. They can check your luggage, what you brought. They can check your phone. So at that point, you don't have any privacy. Like this is my phone, it's my private thing. They can check your phone, go through your messages, whatever messages. They can go through your social media in front of you, so they can even click TikTok, go through what you've been posting on at the port of entry. So, but it doesn't happen to everyone. There are people when they get there, they will ask them why are you here, and if it's good, they'll let them pass. But there are people who they'll stop them, ask them several questions. So the takeaway is that when you get your visa approved, it doesn't mean that is it, because you are still going to be stopped at the port of entry. But it's not as I don't think it's not as difficult as the visa interview. But of late, from what I'm getting and from what Daniel is saying, I think he said I have a 30K deficit. Is it okay? My uncle. Why is everybody using my uncle? Hmm? Is it truly your uncle? Like, is the person truly your uncle, or you, yeah, everybody's uncle is sponsoring him. Hey, of a beer whisker. If it's truly your uncle, that is okay. But 30,000 to me is quite huge. 30,000 is quite huge. Yeah. So can you use your dad's bank statements, cousin's bank statement, and merit scholarship as proof of funds? Will it? Yeah, it will be accepted. So the whole thing about interview is, can you really explain it well? Now, when they ask you who is funding you, that is the main reason why you go for an interview. You go for an interview to explain your situation. So what you have to do is to make your case as clear as possible. Okay, make your case very clear. When they ask you who is going to fund you, and maybe you have a scholarship, first answer the question. They ask you who is going to fund you, so you can go like, my uncle is going to fund me. Those who are using my uncle, yeah, everybody's using my uncle. Just use someone else, my uncle there. Yeah. So you say maybe my uncle is going to fund me. So first answer the question. Then if you have any explanation, you give. My uncle is going to fund me, but I have a scholarship of maybe 20,000 US dollars. It's a merit-based scholarship. And the rest, my uncle, which is Mr. Susu and so, who is working for this company, is going to fund me. You are done. So it's clear. Don't make it overly complicated. He's been working as the CEO of this. He has been working there for 2 years. And before that, he was working for this. You make it overly complicated. He asked you a simple question: who is going to fund you? Okay. The more you add more details, the more they get more questions to ask. Go straight to the point, make it as clear as possible. If you want to explain, explain a little bit. That is it. So the people asking me, do you think 40,000? Me, if I got 40,000 deficit, I wouldn't go for my visa interview. I wouldn't. 40,000, 50,000, I wouldn't go. If it were to be Harvard, okay, Harvard, yeah, I'll go. Because Harvard, if they give you a scholarship of maybe 50,000 krona, you still have a deficit of 40K to pay. But if it's a normal school and they give you like a scholarship of 20K or 10K and you have a deficit of 40K, to me, I wouldn't go. I would try and get another school. So yeah, and people say it's luck. Go and try your luck. The whole thing is not luck. Trust me on that. It's luck in a way, but I wouldn't say it's luck. If if you have a good scholarship, like you have a full scholarship, and you can talk well, you can communicate your case well, you have a better chance of someone who can't really speak and he doesn't have no scholarship. So it's not luck. It's how you explain your situation. Even if you don't have a good scholarship and you can really talk, you can really explain, oh, this company is going to sponsor me, and you can really explain the situation, you have a higher chance than someone who can't even talk. So that's why I always tell everybody, like, try communicating, try speaking. Like, communication is one skill that is very, very important. Okay. Practice, practice, practice. I know many people say, or many people come to me and they tell me that, bro, I'm not confident. I'm very nervous. Yeah, because you haven't done it before. Like, you haven't spoken a lot. You are always quiet. You are always trying to shy yourself away from people. You don't normally speak. So that is the obvious result. You don't do it. So there is no way you are going to be confident at something you haven't done before. The first time you drive, you're going to be nervous because it's your first time. But the more you keep on doing it, it becomes natural thing. So if you're going for your visa interview, treat it like something very, very important to you. Practice. When you are practicing, open your mouth. Like when you write the answers down, try opening your mouth. I am going to the US to do this. Stand in front of a mirror. Get somebody, get a friend. I know many people do not want to other people to know that I'm going for a visa interview, but try and get somebody and let the person ask you the questions, and you open your mouth and say. The more you practice, the more you become confident. So if you haven't practiced, there is no way you're going to become confident. Trust me on that. There is no way. The more you practice, the more you become confident. Okay. If you haven't played football before and the first time you're going to play football, you are obviously going to be nervous because you haven't done it before. So from today, when you leave here, if you're going for your visa interview, start practicing like never before. Prepare, write the answers down, start talking. That is the thing. He said, I have my visa approved. I thought that is it. Oh, but you are good. You are good. And congratulations as well. Congratulations. Can you suggest, Latifa said, can you suggest an answer to give if your spouse or parent is in the USA and you are going to study? So, as a student, your main focus is academics. Okay. Focus mainly on academics. Almost every question they ask you, focus on academics. So, when they ask you, do you have any relatives in the US? Your relatives are not the reason why you are coming here. You are coming to study. So the answer you can give is yes. So don't lie. Okay. Number one, don't lie. When they ask you if you have a family here, you have a family here. So don't lie. I have a family here. Approach it with that honesty. Yes, I do have a family in the US, but I'm going to so and so university. So after you answer that question, sway the attention back to academics and also use that opportunity to prove home ties as well. So you can go like, yes, I have family in the USA. I have a wife or something. Yes, I have a family in the US. But the main reason why I'm going there is to study electrical engineering in Kansas State University. And after studying, I'll return back to my home country to do this and that. So, yeah, you have a family, but you've proven to the officer that that is not the reason why you are traveling. You are traveling for academics. So, as a student, always focus on academics, why you are coming here to school. So, that is how I would answer that question if they ask me, do you have a family in the US? And I obviously have a family in the US. I'm going to tell them that, yes, I do. Okay, with that confidence, yes, I do have a family in the US. But my main reason is to study computer science at, you mentioned Georgia State University. And after studying computer science, I plan to return to Ghana to build my own computer science firm or to um, be a minister of agriculture or something, you know. So sway the attention back to academics and make it as clear as possible. And don't overtalk, don't overspeak. So that is it. Let's see. Okay, no question from this part. He said I have a merit scholarship of $18,000. My father is covering my expenses, and my cousin is supporting me as well. Is it okay? Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. So as I always say, it's not compulsory for one person to sponsor you, you know. So if your father cannot sponsor, and I think 18,000 is a good. What is your deficit, Debbie? How much are you going to pay every year? I thought that 18,000 was your deficit. How much are you going to pay every year? Yeah, how much are you going to pay every year? So I know what to say. So don't I always say this, don't get we don't have a format for answering visa interview questions. People will say this exact thing and you're going to get approved. We don't have that. Okay. Make sure you go with your own like story. Everyone has a special story. So go with your own story and make it as clear as possible. And when you are speaking, be very, very confident when you are speaking to the officer. Know what you're saying. Now, if I come here, I talk as if I know what I'm saying. Everybody's going to believe me. That is the same thing with the visa interview. You are earning the visa officer's trust. That is what you're going there to do. So if you're going for B1, B2, it's a World Cup, you're going to watch World Cup. Yeah, you're going to watch World Cup. Yeah. So let them know the truth. Just talk to them, speak boldly. Because they are not just listening to the answers you give. Oh, these answers are good. They're also assessing your credibility. Is this person worth giving him the visa? So they also assess your credibility as well. So whilst you are saying the answers, say it with that conviction that I'm going to the US. Why the US? Why are you going to the US? Or I'm going to the US to study. You mentioned the course you're going to study at this university, and you say the reason why you're going there. So it's all about you. He said I have a deficit of $57,000. $57,000 is too much for me. in my opinion. What's the name of the school? So scholarship of 18,000, deficit of 57,000. What's the name of the school? You said if you applied a visitor visa, what are the questions to expect going for graduation? So if you're traveling for graduation, they are going to ask you. They want to determine number one, your relationship with the graduate. Like how is he related to you? Is he your brother? Is he your son? Is he your daughter? You have to know that, know the date you are graduating. Okay, the person is graduating, and the time you're going to travel and the time you're going to return. And always make sure you prove home ties that I'm going to come back to my home country. Okay. Yeah. So conference, they are still going to ask you why the US, why are you going to the US? So you say I'm going for a conference, and you explain a little bit about the conference. Okay, Louis University. He said I can't see my questions. Yeah, I can't see your questions as well. Yeah, so for a conference, they and mostly I can't really say every question they are going to ask you, because sometimes they ask questions based on how you answer the question. Like for example, you go there, they ask you why the USA, and you say, "Oh, I want to study electrical engineering because I have the dream of building robots to help in agriculture, because agriculture is like improving Ghana's economy. So I'd like to go to the US to study maybe electrical engineer, come back to Ghana and build and help in agriculture. You get it? So when you ask that, they are not going to ask you who is going to fund. They might ask you, what is the inspiration behind you going in for agriculture? Okay. So there are times where they ask you questions based on how you answered the previous question. So generally, if you're going for a conference, they are going to give you questions like, where is the conference located? You have to know the location of the conference, the purpose of the conference, why you decided to choose that conference to go to or to attend that conference. And also be yourself. That is also very important. Okay. Yep. Said what if your COA is $36,000 and you have a merit scholarship of $6,000? Um, and what is the name of that school as well, Debbie? Latifa, what's the name of your school? And Debbie, is the $57,000 the total cost of attendance? Rice State. Latifa, change the school. Yeah, Rice State doesn't have a good history of getting people their visa. Change the school, especially schools like, yeah, change the school. I would advise you change the school. Rice State. I haven't seen. Yeah, Harry, how are you doing? Yeah, son of God, send that as well. Send a confirmation letter. Is that my interview is on the 21st of May? All the best. All the best. If you need any coaching, just DM me. Let's see. Debbie said, now for the proof of funds, you said your deficit is 57,000. So your proof of funds have to be bigger than $57,000. If it's less, they are going to deny you, Debbie. So your father's and your cousin's bank statement combined has to give you more than 57,000, like let's say 100,000 or more. So they know that you can pay. What do you mean by minimum amount? I don't understand minimum amount. What do you mean? He said, "What about University of Cincinnati?" Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, provided they give you a good amount of scholarship. The reason why I'm saying Rice State is they don't really give like a good scholarship, and do you always have a lot to pay, like 30,000 to pay? If University of Cincinnati gives you a good amount of scholarship, then proceed with the University of Cincinnati. My dad is funding for my school fully, but I have no scholarship. Will it be a problem? The problem will only be if you cannot really explain it well. So they are going to check your papers of travel. Akia, did you apply for scholarships? St. Louis University, Missouri. Nope. Harry, I haven't heard anything. And Son of God, yes. Your cousin's proof is $1 million. Yeah, you can use your cousin's proof. Yeah. Oh, okay, okay, okay. $1 million is okay. Oh, oh, cousin is discussion. Oh, yeah. Is there which state are you in? I'm in West Virginia right now. I'm in West Virginia right now. So the reason why I always Teresa, how are you doing? The reason why I always advocate for a scholarship, that everybody should have a scholarship, is it makes your whole thing easy. That is how I feel. Try applying for scholarships. It's easy to get admission. Trust me. You can apply today. There are over, let's say, 5,000 universities in the US. 5,000 universities. So there are schools that need students because they need money. So if you apply to these schools, there is a high chance that you are going to get approved. You are going to get into these schools. You're going to get admission. So right now, as I'm speaking, I can apply to a school for you and you're going to get admission. But the admission is not my biggest concern. My biggest concern is you getting a scholarship. Okay. So it's easy to get admission. Yeah, you can get admission, but scholarship. And don't think that scholarships is automatic. So when I apply to a school, the school is going to give me scholarship. It doesn't happen that way. You have to apply to school. You have to apply for scholarships as well. So it's not automatic. I don't know how many of you got that idea from, that scholarships are automatic. Oh, I applied to this school, I'm waiting for scholarship. I asked these people, did you apply for scholarships? They said no, I didn't apply for scholarship. So if you didn't apply for scholarship, no school is going to give you a scholarship, because the school needs money. They need money from you. And so you didn't apply for scholarship, they assume that you can pay. So if you can pay, why should they give you automatic scholarship? So if you have noticed, most automatic scholarships are not full scholarship. It's just an incentive for you to come to their school. So I want you to come to my school. So if you apply, I'm just going to give you $5,000. So you come to my school. So it's a way to force you to come to the school. Oh, they gave me a scholarship, so I have to come. If you don't apply for a scholarship, you're not going to get a good amount of scholarship. So if you're a graduate student, if you're applying for a master's degree, go to the school's website, apply for graduate assistantship, email professors whether they have a gig for you or they are doing a research where they need students. So that is how you get a scholarship. Don't just apply and hope that you get a scholarship. It doesn't happen that way. He said, I wouldn't advise anyone comes here without scholarship or a loan. Yeah, you will bleed. You see, yeah, Dennis is also saying the same thing. It's difficult to fund yourself. The people say I have 60,000. When I come here, I'm going to work and pay. It can't work cannot give you even $10,000. No, if you are working on campus, you can't even get $10,000. So how are you going to pay 60,000? You say work and pay. It can't. Try your best and get a scholarship. And how do you get a scholarship? It's not easy to get a scholarship. You have to be emailing professors, you have to be going to the school's website, writing essays. So if you are not ready to go through all these stress expecting you get a full scholarship, I'm sorry, stay in your home country. It's hard. It's difficult. It's difficult. It's not as easy as people. Oh, you see many videos of people. They'll come make video. They'll say, "Oh, I have a full scholarship," or if you want to come to the US, people make videos like that. If you want to come to the US with a full scholarship, they ask the person making the video that, do you have a full scholarship? You yourself making that video, do you have a full scholarship? Yeah. So it's hard. You have to put in the effort to get it. That is what I want to say. It's possible, but you have to put in the work. COA of 32,000. So Debbie, you're good. You're good. Your cousin is toasted. $1 million in his bank account. Hey, Elon Musk. Oh. Um, deficit of 27,000. Like, do you have a way of paying the 27,000? If you have a way, that's fine. That's fine. But yeah, if you have a way of paying the 27, that's fine. But I wouldn't personally come here with a 27,000 deficit. People have a deficit of like 18,000. They are bleeding. Yeah. So scholarship of 32K, deficit of 15K. Messiah, I think yours is really manageable. Yes, yours is manageable. So try and see how it happens. Okay. Scholarship of 32,000, deficit of 15K. It really makes sense. Yeah. 70K bank statement. It doesn't change the situation. Like 70K the bank statement. The fact that you have bank statement doesn't mean you're going to get approved. So 70K bank statement. Yeah. You said the money reflects in the bank statement, but can she pay the deficit? That's the truth. So let me explain the whole thing to you all. Many people think, okay, when they go there with a bank statement, they are going to, like, if it's bigger than the deficit, they are going to get approved. That is very false. Hey Janti, how are you doing? So the thing is, okay, if your father has saved, let's say 70K in his bank right now, and you are going to school, and the school is going to take you, like, the school is going to get 50,000 US dollars every year. Your father is not going to pay, he's not going to pay the 70K just for your education. How about your other siblings? So when he pays 50K for education, the rest is 20K. So what about the next semester? You get it? So I don't think bank statement bigger than the whole thing is okay. Yeah, he has that amount in his bank, but is he willing to give you all that money to pay your fees just for 1 year? That is why it's more believable if your deficit is as low as possible. Because even Americans find it very difficult to pay $50,000. I'm telling you today, like, citizens, is 50,000 is a huge money. So paying 50,000 every year, saying that your uncle is a retail store owner in Ghana, it's not believable. That is why many people get denied. 50,000 is too much. So that's why I advise many people get as much scholarship as possible. It could be that the visa officer himself, he's on a student loan, he is trying to pay it off. So you telling him that you can pay 60K dollars in 1 year every year. So 60 times 4 is like $240,000. That is too much. So my advice for everybody is try getting scholarships. And let me tell you this, scholarships are not automatic. You have to suffer for it. You have to let them know that you need that money before they give you the scholarship. So it's not that easy. If it's that easy, I would have brought all my family and all my childhood friends here, but you have to pass through the process to get a scholarship. And if it's easy, everybody, 38 people here, and there are people here. So I would apply for everybody to come here. So it's not easy. It's not easy. You have to put in the work. If you're a graduate student, try emailing professors that you need graduate assistantship. When they give it to you, then you get a scholarship. Is that I feel my DS 160 that I haven't traveled internationally? Then I traveled before my interview day. Should I amend my DS 160 already? I think this is a minor change. So when they ask you during the interview, you have to explain to them. Or if you want to be on the safest, so there are two things here. If you want to be on the safest side, fill another DS 160, but make sure to link it to your appointment date. If you don't link it, they're not going to let you take the interview. Yeah, so you can fill another DS 160 and link it, or you can maintain it that way. When they ask you, you said you traveled before you came to your interview. It doesn't mean anything. It's like big. Where did you travel to, Janti? Yeah, that's a good thing. Like, try and get as much scholarships as possible. So when will interview days be released? For now, I don't know. But when it is released, I'm going to let you all know that they've released interview dates. I'm going to let everybody know. And tomorrow also we are having a live session around this time. Tomorrow, I'll be bringing someone on board who got approved. He's going to share with you her experiences and how the whole thing went. She was approved under 2 minutes. So she's going to talk to you how she got approved. So tomorrow, same time, how are we doing this? Oh, you went to Canada. Yeah, change the DS 160 and put Canada on there. Change it. Yeah, I would advise you. Fill another DS 160, use Canada, and I think it's going to improve your chances. Yeah, change it, use Canada, and link it to your appointment date. Mark, that's actually a good idea. Is that how do you explain 5 year gap? So you explain what you've been doing. So maybe you wanted to do MBA for your masters, right? And you took 5 year gap. Maybe you've been working on establishing your own business within that 5 years. It's more believable. Or if you're a nursing student, maybe you've been working as a nurse to get the experience so you can continue and come back and help patients. Or if you are coming here for computer science, you can say maybe you've been working on your personal projects, building AI and some maybe website and stuff as a freelancer. So something that is more believable and is related to your major. Debbie, what's your question? Is it so a question like why is your cousin supporting you? Can I say my cousin is financially stable and has been taking care of my education? Yeah. Yeah. Debbie, that's a very good answer. That's a very, very good answer. Yeah, you can say that. That's a very, very good answer. And John, to change your DS 160, put Canada on there. I think if you went to Canada and you went back to your home country, it paints this picture that when you come to the US, you are surely going to go back to your home country. So I would advise you change the DS 160 and put Canada on there. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. What I want to see is I want to see everybody succeed. I want to see everybody go to their interview and do very, very well. Okay. And that is what I want to see. Yep. So I have 10 more minutes, and this is what I'm going to do for the last 10 minutes. But if you have any questions, you can ask because every Saturday is just questions and answers. So if you have any questions, you can ask me. But this is what we learned for today. We learned that if you get approved, you still have to pass through the port of entry. And during the port of entry, they are going to ask you several questions. Okay, they're going to ask you questions, so prepare for that. And we and Daniel was here. He shared his sad experience where he got to the port of entry and they made him go back to his country. And I don't know how and why, but just prepare for the port of entry questions. And yeah, I believe everybody here is going to pass. If you've been denied before and if you want to try again, just go ahead and try again. I know people who came here, like who went for their interview like 4 times, 6 times before they got approved. So perseverance is the key here. If you want to go again, you go again. Janti said, I have one more question. If I have an Empower loan for 1 year, how should I answer the question? Yeah, you have to get a sponsor for the second year. So maybe for the first year Empower is paying, but for the second year your dad or somebody is paying. You have to get a sponsor for the second year. Or you can apply for more loans from Empower. Why did you apply for one year loan from Empower? Or they gave it to you just like that? Please, if your program start date is closed and you haven't been able to get a date, and your DSO is saying you have to get a date before they can give you late approval. Yeah, so late approval letter is only for, yeah, you have to get an interview date before they can give you a late approval. Yeah. So if you don't have a late approval letter, you have to defer your application. And if you don't have a date yet, the DSO can only give you a late approval letter if you have a date. And it doesn't have to exceed like 2 weeks. So 2 weeks after, is it 2 weeks or 1 week? 2 weeks after they start, you can't join the class. So he can only give you a late approval letter from the day they reopen to like 2 weeks after the class, because you can't join the class in like 5 weeks after they start because you don't know anything. They've already done a lot before you came. But I think it's they consider 1 week or 2 weeks. I don't know. Yeah. So you have to get a school, you have to get a date before the DOSO can look on the date and give you a late approval letter, because he doesn't even know the time you're going to come. So he said, I have an accreditation from FIFA to work as a volunteer worker, but they are not giving. Um, yeah, there are a lot of bills and there are a lot of laws that are coming of late regarding H1B visa, and not in only H1B, all the H visas. So for now, I don't have an idea of what you're asking me. I don't know whether they've amended the laws or something. So I can't really say much about it for now because there has been recent changes in the H visa types and stuff. So I can't really answer your question. Yeah, Latifa too. So number one, first get a date, then the DSO uh can have the authority to give you a late approval letter. Because I think on the late approval letter, she has to write a date. So if she doesn't know your visa date, she can't do that. Yeah. So get a date first. He said, are there any available date for F1 students in Ghana now? No, they are not available date for F1. But for B1, B2, I think there are a lot of dates. It starts from July 27 going. So you can get a date right now for B1, B2. So if you want to come to someone's graduation, if you want to come watch the World Cup, I think there are dates available. But for F1, for now, there are no dates available. If there is date available, I'm going to let you all know. Yep, we have 5 minutes more. So don't forget, tomorrow we will be meeting. Tomorrow we come live again, and we'll be speaking to Jayla, who got her visa approved in under 2 minutes, and she's going to tell you one or two things she did and how she answered the questions. So you learn a lot from hers, and I think a week after. So I'll be doing this every Sunday. So Debbie said, "Hey, yeah." Is that what time tomorrow? Around same time, 8 p.m. GMT. But I think I would I'll send her a link so her face will be on YouTube, not on TikTok. So if you join on TikTok, you'll be only hearing her voice. You will not be seeing her and what she has to say. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube, go there and subscribe and wait. I think I've already scheduled the time. I already have a thumbnail and everything ready. Yeah, so she got approved under 2 minutes. It wasn't even up to 2 minutes. She got approved. So sometimes your first impression always counts. How you start answering your first question would even say, "Oh, this person is," you know. That is why I always say be confident. What's the name on the YouTube? It's the same name on YouTube, Visa with Nathaniel. When you type it, you're going to see my face. You just subscribe. Yeah. Is that full funding? Somewhere you're going to find out tomorrow. I don't want to be a spoiler right now. So you're going to find out whether it's a full funding, how she exactly she answered the question, like why the USA, and how she got approved that quick. Debbie said I'm to start class in 11th July. I think there will be dates before 11th July, so don't worry. Well, we are in May, June, July. Yeah, there will be dates. I think there will be dates around in June for students visa. So keep on checking. There will be dates in June for students visa. So don't worry too much. Let's just keep on preparing. Just keep on preparing. Practice, practice, practice. There will be days very soon. And yours is 11th May. Oh, which is next 2 weeks. Latifa, too, why are you crying? It's, as I always say, it's not as difficult as you think. You're just going to it's just 2 minutes. So I started this live. So from now to maybe 9 to the interview would be over. Just 2 minutes. You're just going to tell somebody who is sitting there about your goals and why you want to go to their country. So I want you to imagine it that way. That there is someone sitting there, he is doing his job. I'm just going to go there, tell him that I'm going to their country to do this, or I'm going to their country to study. And I'm going to tell him my goals, my dreams, and he's going to give me a visa. So that is how I want everybody to imagine the visa interview. Okay. That is how I want you all to imagine the visa interview. And you'll be fine. Oh, there are no dates. And your start date is 11th May. Oh, I understand. Okay, okay. Yeah, don't worry. You can defer. You can defer to fall 2026. Like, and if you don't have scholarships, I think they give more scholarship for the fall. So if you don't have scholarships, just defer and start applying for scholarship. Maybe by fall you can get more scholarships before you go for your interview. Is that what documents are required for your conferences? For conference, you need the conference, like the invitation for the conference. You also need your passport. Absolutely. So for every visa interview you go to, you need your passport. You need your DS-160 confirmation, visa appointment confirmation. You will need American Standard passport pictures. For conference, you need the invite to the conference and maybe a bank statement to show that you can really fund yourself or the person who is going to sponsor you and you can also send some academic documents as well. Miss Edu said, thank you for the gift. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, Frank, how are you doing? He said, how do I check online for the dates? You can't. Have you already paid your MRB fee? You have to go to your account and see whether there is a date. Have you already paid your fees, your MRB fee? You go to your account, you try like you are booking a date. If there are dates available, they are going to show you the date. If there are no dates available, they are going to tell you there are no dates available. So that's the only way you can know. So if you don't have an account and you haven't paid your MRB fee, you're not going to know whether there is a date or not. He said I got admission at University of Alabama to offer population health sciences, but no funding. Did you apply for funding? He said how many days does Spain visa takes? It depends. Spain visa it doesn't take long. I think it depends on the number of people who apply in that year. So I would go with maximum of a month because not many people go to Spain to study or to do anything. So give them 1 month. If you don't hear from them, I don't know how you're going to reach out to the Spanish embassy though, but you reach out. He said, I have an opportunity to defer. How can I do it to get the funding? Email professors if you're a graduate student. Let the professors know that you want to work with them if they are doing any research. So it takes time. Okay, you need a scholarship, and it's in a way, scholarship is free money, right? So you have to work hard for that free money. So if any professor is working on anything, you have to personally email the professor. The professor doesn't know you, that is why it's called cold emailing. They don't know you, but you're trying to email. So go online, get the professor's email. If they are working on a project, so you have to research on the professor what he's doing. If he's doing any research, you email him that I'm interested in your research. My name is Frank Owusu. I'm from Ghana, and I don't know whether you are the one who said you want to do population health sciences. Yeah. So you email professors in that department. You let them know your what you've been doing with population health sciences, and but it doesn't have to be very long, very short, and your ambition to help him in his research. I think University of Alabama they have a lot of research there. So email some professors and see. So if no professor is offering anything in research, go to the school's website. There are times where they will put scholarship on there. Click on the scholarship and apply for that scholarship as well. So don't think that the moment you apply to a school, since it's the US, they are going to give you a full scholarship. No, it doesn't. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. No one is going to give you free money anywhere. It doesn't happen anywhere. If you don't go through the process to get a scholarship, no one is going to give you a full scholarship. And for undergrad is quite difficult. You have to write the SAT to get a scholarship. But for masters, if you have a good GPA, if you even if you have a good GPA and if you don't apply for scholarship, they're not going to give you a scholarship. So people think, oh, I have a good GPA and I'm going to get a scholarship. No, you are not. Because they need money from you. They need money. Hey Nathaniel, what's the secret in Ghana? I have noticed a pattern where majority have GEs or scholarship. What's the secret? I'm happy for all of them. I'm from Kenya, and I'm happy to learn. Um, is that why do Ghanaians have GEs? Hmm. Um, I have no idea. I think Kenyans also have GEs. I know a Kenyan who has a full scholarship. So I think it's how you position yourself. Like um as I said, email professors. That is the secret. Email them, talk to them. if they are doing any research and they add you, most schools, if you are doing research for a professor, they are not going to give you less than 30,000 US dollars, which will take care of your tuition and sometimes your living expenses and sometimes even your insurance because you're working for a professor. Okay. So email professors if they are working on something, and email the school as well. Talk to the admission office that are there scholarships available. Talk to them. Go to the school's website. Be looking for scholarships available. Apply to every scholarship you see there. Yeah. Nita said questions they will likely ask you during a spouse interview. If your spouse is here, they want to know a genuine connection between you two. Have you guys met before? Do you have messages with the person? So you have to send a picture of you together. You have to send a picture of your messages, your text messages. Um, so the whole thing you're going to do for a spouse interview is you have to make the visa officer believe that you are truly together, okay, as a couple. And for K visa interviews, they don't really care about home ties as compared to F1 and B1, B2. So they don't place much emphasis on home ties. What they place much emphasis on is your relationship between you and your partner. Do you have like, you know, that history together? So Janti, from today, right, this is what I need you to do. Email as many professors as possible. Hey, Professor so so and so. My name is Janti. I'm from Kenya. I've been working on I've been working on renewable energy sources in Kenya. How to I don't know how to build a solar tracker, and I can see that you also have an experience or you are doing a research in this one. So I like to work with you on this project. You get it? So you can attach your resume to it and you send it to the professor. If the professor sees that, don't make it too long because they might not read it, but make it short, brief, straight to the point. So when he sees that and he needs people to help him with the research, he's going to pick you. And once they pick you for a research, they're going to give you sometimes even a full scholarship or close to a full scholarship. So that's how master's students get a scholarship. But for undergrad, it's quite tough. You have to fill the CSS profile. It's far. Undergrad is quite tough. Yeah, that's also true. Yeah. So if you are filling admission, they will ask you whether you need a scholarship. You have to choose yes. Yeah. Yeah, do that. Do that. hmm Benjamin, how are you doing? Yeah, so you all shouldn't forget tomorrow I'll be live with Jayla, who is going to talk to you about how she got approved in under 2 minutes. And after that, if you have any questions, I'll put a link there. You can join. You ask any question you want. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. By God's grace, bro. I'm doing very, very well. Doing very, very well. So yeah, prepare your questions for Jayla. You can ask her how she got approved. What was she nervous during her interview? You can ask her any question. So it will be on YouTube. Go to my YouTube if you are here watching me. Go to my YouTube and subscribe. You'll see it. I think it's 8 p.m. GMT. So she'll be on here. We're going to talk to her. If you have any questions, you can ask her, and she's going to respond to every question. Okay. It's going to be fun tomorrow. So don't miss it. Go to YouTube, subscribe. Yeah, so I've been here for 1 hour, 10 minutes, and we have to work on a few things. Miss Maleo, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. Um, the intended date on the DS160 I wrote is 15th June, while I'm starting on 11th July. Is it okay? What date is on your I-20? You know, okay. Yeah, I think it's okay. It has to be 30 days before you go. So I think 15th June to 11th July is like 25 days. So I think it's okay. It doesn't have to be more than 30 days, I think. Yeah, so it's okay. It's okay. Debbie, it's okay. How do I apply for job in Canada or UK? Most of the job I don't. Yeah, so I actually don't know how you can apply for a job in Canada or UK. Trust me on that. They don't apply. They don't take. They don't take foreigners. So I have no idea about jobs. How do I work and pay? I don't know. I have no idea. I've been trying to research on that, but the more I search, nothing I get. Yeah. They would rather choose citizens or people who are in their country rather than choosing someone outside the country, unless you have a very good skill that they really, really need. Else, people in the country applying, they are not picking them. So I have no idea. I have no idea. Um, Please, after submitting the DS160, I realized there is a mistake. Can I still make changes? Yeah, you can fill a whole new DS160. Say you can fill a whole new DS160. Antoinette said I went for my B1, B2, and the officer said approved. A week later, I got a second interview. Antoinette, I don't understand your question. They said you got approved, and they said come for another interview. Is that what you mean? Kwesi said, yeah. So Fayed Abdullah, yeah. You can make it fill a whole new DS160, but link it to your appointment date if you've already booked an appointment. So what do you do if you already submitted a DS160 and on it you stated you have no relatives, but actually now you've already said on the DS160 that you have no relatives, so you don't have any relatives. But that is not a popular question for F1 visa interview. Mostly that question is mostly for B1, B2. They ask that a lot for B1, B2. But for F1, they are likely not going to ask you, so don't really worry about it. When they ask you, you already said no. Don't complicate things. If you say this on the DS1s, they say the same thing when you go there. Is it because they said Antoinette, your case, you said you went for your interview. Let me understand it well. You went for your interview, they said you got approved, but they said come for another interview. Is it because they didn't ask for any supporting document for my? No, that can be a reason. Many people could go there without any supporting documents. So when are you going again, Antoinette? When did they say come there again? And I don't think it's an F visa. Is it a student's visa interview, a B1? I think it's an immigrant interview, right? Is tuition deposit necessary for admission? I wouldn't recommend that school. That get another. If you can't pay the tuition deposit, get another school. There are schools that would take it tuition deposits, but I wouldn't have. Yeah, it's like gambling. You don't know whether you're going to get approved during your visa interview or not. So I wouldn't go in for that schools. But some schools, if you don't get your visa approved, they're going to refund you back your money. But there are schools that wouldn't refund. So don't apply to these schools. Like don't go in for these schools. Like 90% of schools do not take any tuition deposit. So go in for these schools. And it depends on the country as well. For US schools, 90%, but for European schools, they always most of them need tuition deposits. So if it's European schools, then you have to pay it. It's a conference. So Antoinette, don't be scared. I don't think, yeah. I don't think it's a big deal. You're going to get approved again. If if they were going to deny you, right, they will just change the status online to denied. So I don't think it's a denial matter. So don't worry too much. I think it's an approval, but they just need to check one or two things. If they really, really doubt you that you didn't get approved, they wouldn't even call you for a second visa interview. They would just deny you online. That yeah, I've had cases of that before. Yeah. There was a guy who went there, they told him approved. He went to check his status, it was approved. Later on it turned to denied. And they sent him an email to come for his passport, no visa. So if they are giving you, if they are saying that come for another visa interview, it does it's not a denial. Don't worry too much. Just go there, talk just like you did during your first visa interview, and you'll be good. Think logically said, how do I answer a question about being a transfer student in a visa interview? It seems untraditional, so I'm having issue figuring it out. The school institution is for tech. Yeah, many people come here as transfer students. I know someone who came here as a transfer student for nursing. She got approved. So why are you transferring? Do you have a good reason why you are transferring, or what do you want to tell the visa officer? Let me get you your point. I said on the DS-160 that I haven't made any travel plans, but I inputted a specific date of travel. So do I carry a reservation plane ticket to the interview or not? You can book a reservation plane ticket and carry it there. They might not even ask, but you can send it. But it doesn't make any difference. You can choose not to send it or not. It doesn't make any difference. But if you want to send it, send it. But they might not ask. That is how I filled mine, though. I filled mine that I have made travel arrangements, and I wrote a specific dates. Even if you choose on the DS-160 that you haven't made a travel arrangement, they are still going to tell you to input a date you think you might get here. So it doesn't really matter. But if you feel like getting a reservation ticket is a good idea, just get it. But I didn't get it though, but I chose what you chose. But still send it. Who knows? All the best, Antoinette. All the best. All the best. Those like and thank you very much. Yeah, so if you have any questions, as I said, every Saturday is for questions. I just want to see you get approved. And tomorrow, don't forget to join the live. It is going to be very fun. Can I also write a cover letter and send it? It's not necessary, George. Yeah, you don't need a cover letter in there. What type of visa is it? Let me ask first. Is it a student's visa? What type of visa is it, are you going for? He said, what advice do you have for B1, B2 going for clinical rotation? Number one, make sure to prove home ties. B1, B2 is a non-immigrant visa, so always make sure that you're going to tell them that you return to your home country. I think you're a nurse, right? So let them know your intention of coming back to Ghana or coming, yeah, Kwesi is a Ghanaian name, coming back to Ghana to help with the nursing sector. Okay. So that's number one. Make sure to prove home ties. Number two, make your purpose as clear as possible. You're coming here for clinical rotation. So make it very clear what exactly are you coming to do for a clinical rotation. Maybe I don't know the reason, but make your purpose as well very, very clear. And who is going to pay for the whole thing? Medical student. Oh, okay, nice. Question: who is going to pay for the whole trip? Do you think of this answer of I plan to return to Ghana and work as a RN and continue participating in the health outreach program using knowledge and skills I've learned from my studies. My long-term goal is to establish my own money. Latifa, that answer is very, very, very good. It's number one, specific. Number two is very like nice, I feel. And number three, it feels personal. It feels like it's your dream. You want to build your own maternity clinic that specializes. And you mentioned like a disease which is HIV. And HIV is also very, very common in Ghana, of late. People are getting HIV. So it's very specific as well. So 100%. I love that answer, Latifa. I love it. Akwasi said you're a medical student, your mom is going to pay. So far, I think, yeah, so try and prove home ties, your intention of coming back to Ghana because there is a shortage of doctors in Ghana. There are not many doctors in Ghana, so you want to come back and you know so prove home ties, make your purpose clear. Why are you going to the US to do clinical rotation? Maybe you have an intention of learning from the US healthcare system, so you can do the same thing in Ghana because many children or many people are dying because of the bad healthcare system in Ghana. So you can say that. So make your purpose very, very clear. Prove home ties. And number three, your mom is going to fund you, so yeah, I think you agreed. Yeah. I want you to go through for me and see if I'm on the right path. Yeah, try sending it to me. Who is that? Osai, try sending it to me. He said my question hasn't been answered. Oh, I realize a mistake with regards to my. Yeah, you can still make it. I think I've answered this question like three times. Yeah, you can still make changes. Fayed, you can still make changes. George said I'm a Liberian student in Ghana and I'll be returning to Ghana to continue my studies. So what should I prove out? What should I do to prove my home tie? My mom is a sponsor. So always remember this. Students, we don't have much things to prove as home ties. We don't have a land. We don't have our own family. We belong to a family, which is our parents' family, but we don't have our own family. We don't have kids. We don't have a wife. So using that as home ties is not that really strong. And we don't, you can say you can come back and take care of your mother or something. But one way of proving home ties I really recommend for students is a career home ties. Like how you're going to come back to use what you've learned in the US to develop your current country. That is what I'll always go in for. And that is what I've used to get many people approved. Most people I coach and they got approved, they use career home ties. They didn't say I'm going to take care of my family, I have a land somewhere, I have my own business. They use the career home ties, how they are going to come back to their country with the skills and the knowledge they've learned or with everything and come back and help their family. That is that is what I use for almost everybody I coach. Use your career. So, George, what exactly do you want to do? Like, what course are you coming to do in the US? Okay, just like Kwesi, you're coming to do medicine or something. So, how is the medicine or in the US going to help you as an individual be a better version of yourself and eventually go back to your country and impact lives over in your country? Now, if yeah, CS and cybersecurity is one good thing. Like, CS is not that advanced in Africa. Cybersecurity is very, very down there in Africa. You can hack every system in Africa. And recently, I was going through a bank, I think an online bank in Ghana, and a lot of like If a hacker wants to attack that bank, he can do it easily. So, cybersecurity is low in Ghana. So, you saying that you want to come here, learn about cybersecurity, and go back and help like businesses improve, you're up there. So, how to prove home ties as a student? I would always recommend a career home ties. How you have a big dream in Ghana or in your home country and you want to come study and use that to go back and help. Or the same, another format of a career home ties is there's a big problem that is happening in your country right now. But to get the skills and the knowledge, you have to go outside, study very hard. There's a professor in a specific school doing a research in maybe there's this disease, like let's say malaria, that is rampant in Ghana or in your community. So you want to go to the US, there's a professor in, let's say, Arizona State University working on how malaria is killing a lot of people. So you want to work under these professors, get some more knowledge, and come back and help Ghana fight malaria. Okay. So if you say this, no one is going to deny you of a visa because you have a goal. Okay. So many people go to their interview thinking that, oh, it's luck. When I go there, I'll say it and I'll get approved. No, it's not luck. It's preparation and how to convince people. The easiest way to convince people is if the person knows what you want to do, the person is going to push you there to where you want to get to. The same thing with the visa interview. Is a visa officer sees and notices that you have a clear career path. This person has a goal. This person has a dream. He has something he wants to do with his life. So I have to help this person. How can I help him? I don't have money to give the person. What I have is a visa. So I'm going to give him his visa. So I don't know about you or if you've been reading transcripts, people who got approved, really, really listen to their stories, how they explain the situation. And you realize one thing, they always presented their goals to the visa officer. There are times I read someone's transcript recently. He was coming here to do cybersecurity. And this is the reason the reason he gave. He said the government of Ghana is pushing really, really well for digitalization. Bawumia and stuff, they are really pushing for. So, seeing that initiative, he wants to help the government of Ghana carry out that initiative. So, he decided to study computer science and cybersecurity in the US, learn cybersecurity a lot, come back to Ghana, and help push that agenda. Bro, you got approved like this. So it's always about your dreams and your goals and how it's going to help back your home country. Career home ties. For students, I recommend for everybody, use that. That's a career home ties. But we have family home ties where you can say, oh, I have a wife and a kids. Mostly the people who use that are B1, B2 because you can't travel and leave your wife and your kids. So you can say, oh, I have a wife, I have kids. Um, B1 and another one is the property home ties. Maybe you have a business home ties. Property home ties is you have a land in your home country, so you can say, oh, I have a land, I have my own house, which I can't leave it to travel and stay in someone's country. So I'll come back because of what I have in my home country. Or you have a business, I have my own business with 10 employees, which are doing very well. So I can't live there and stay in. So I have to come back. So these things as students, we don't have a business, we don't have our own family, we don't have a property. So the easiest way for us to prove home ties is the career home ties. Use that. Use that. So when they ask you why the US, use that opportunity to prove your home ties. So why the US? And I always use electrical engineering. So why the US? Maybe you want to come here to do electrical engineering. So you can start with something like, okay, it's been my dream to make robots to help in agriculture in Ghana. And so the US is advanced in robotics and technology. So I want to go to the US, study more about this, and come back to Ghana and help build robots to help in agriculture so it can increase yield in agriculture. Now, this is a very good reason because Ghanaian farmers always are using hoes and rigs. So you, as an engineering student, coming here to learn about robots, going back So they will know that, okay, this person wants to come back to his country to build robots to help in agriculture. So I'm going to help him with a visa. So sometimes I sit down and listen, and I sit down and look at these whole stories, and I realize one thing, that the whole visa interview is not actually about luck as how people say it. People come here and they think, oh, I didn't see anything and I got approved. But if you really, really sit down and listen to what they said during their visa interview, you realize that, nah, it's not luck. You didn't come here with luck. Listen to the answers you gave again. It paints this clear picture to the visa officer. I remember a girl came here and said, "Oh, when I went there, I got approved. Maybe it's grace, or it's by the grace of God, who I got approved." Yes, it's grace, but you helped yourself. You said the right words to get approved. That is the whole thing. Okay. So it's luck. So when people say visa interview is luck, I believe them in a way, but I disagree in a way such that the person who is saying it's luck said something that really made sense in the visa officer's ear. That is why he got approved, or that's why she got approved. They are not just there giving visas to random people just like that. So mostly it depends on your answers. People will go there with no scholarships, like they don't have no scholarship. There was a girl who came here. I was talking to her. I was even shocked. Zero scholarships. Like if she talked to me before her interview, I would have probably said she should maybe change the school or something, because she had no scholarships. She went, and one thing was she was coming as a transfer student, which is another thing. Yeah, transfer student, no scholarships. But the whole thing is she was very, very confident, like how she talks, how she explains things. She got approved. So it's not luck. It's luck, it's not luck. So you have to prepare. You have to sit down. Why did you choose nursing? Why did you choose hospitality management? So get that basics, because the visa officer wants to know in order to help you get a visa. Now, if you know these basics, this form your foundation. Now, every answer will be related to that. And that is called luck. If you do that and you get approved and you think that is luck, okay. But that is how, that is a concept. And it has worked for many people I've coached before. So I don't know whether Benjamin is here, but he just said hi. I don't know whether he left. But yeah, that's the same thing he used. He was coming. I think very soon when he finally come here, I'll interview him as well. But he got approved 2 weeks ago. Uh, yeah, I wish he was here right now. That is the same thing he used. Like that is the same thing he used. I think he was coming for communication or something. So he said he'll go back and help. Um, there's there's HIV/AIDS rampant in Ghana. So he wants to go back and use his skills in communication and help like create awareness on HIV/AIDS. He got approved. So when people say it's luck, it's luck, but it's not luck. The person said something that made sense. The person said something proved that he deserves that visa. That is why he got approved. That is what I think. And if you're a Christian here and you think God did it, yeah, God does miracles. But if you don't prepare and you think God is going to do everything, I'm sorry. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way anywhere. You have to prepare. And when I was young, there was a point we read about David, right? David killed Goliath, and they said when David was using that stone to kill Goliath, God directed the stone to hit Goliath's head. Yeah, God helped David, and I'm not going to argue with that. God helped David 100%. But David had a skill. He was given a sword. He didn't use that. He used what he was comfortable with. He used his skill. If David had not learned that, there was no way he was going to do that. And research shows that that stone is even sometimes faster than a bullet. If you throw a stone with that slingshot, it's faster than a bullet. So you always have to prepare. God is going to do it based on how you've prepared. So I don't believe in luck in anything. Is how they, if anyone tells you it's luck, the first question you have to ask them is, if it's luck, tell me how you answer the question, and listen very closely to the answers they give. You realize that there is something special about what they gave. I remember I talked to Felix. Felix got his visa approved with just one question, right? And she came here and said, "Bro, it's Laco, it's Laco." So what I asked him was, tell me how you answered that one question he gave you. The answer he gave was like perfect. He's coming to do a master's program here, and how he explained how he's coming here to do the master's program and go back to. So in the first question, he answered. He showed his purpose of travel. He gave the visa officer a reason why he has to return to his home country. So there was no need for them to ask him who is going to fund you and stuff because of the first answer he got approved. So this person would think it's luck, but indirectly it's because of his first answer, which was very, very, very strong. And he also proved home ties in the first answer. So people go there and they come back and tell me that, hey, the visa officer didn't let me talk. The first night says that you are lying. There is no way you go there and he said, I didn't speak. And he said you are denied. They will give you a chance to speak. Maybe after your first answer, he didn't like it or you couldn't really explain yourself well. That is why he denied you. But always they are going to give you a chance to talk. So use that chance very, very well. Like if they give you that chance, so your first answer has to be someone who is very enthusiastic. That is why I always say you have to prepare. Like prepare, prepare like never. So when they ask you your first question, you answer it very, very well. You give them your dream, your goals, your ambition in life, how you want to, you know, go up there. It's easier. It's easier as compared to someone who just, yeah. That is the easiest way I can tell you to get approved. And as I said, it's a system that if you ask me for coaching, that this is the same thing I'm telling you. This is the same thing I'm telling you. I'll tell you the same thing. I'm not going to change anything. This is the same thing I'm going to tell you. Get a story. Get something. What is your dream as a person? What is your goal? Even if it's small and it's going to impact lives, that is okay. So sit down from this live section. Sit down. What do you want to do in the US? Why did you choose that thing to do, that specific thing? Write it down. That forms your foundation. Now, when you're answering every visa interview question, try answer that question directly. If you're explaining, try to link it back to the story you created. So that is everything. That is it. And believe in yourself as well. Believe, like, speak with that conviction. Oh, I'm going to the US to do this. And after that, I'm going to return to my home country to build this. That is it. Speak with conviction. Yeah. You have family in the US. Yes, you have family. You can't tell your family to come back because you're going for your visa interview. Admit it and explain that they are not the reason why you're coming here. You're coming here to study. So admit the truth, be honest, but when you're being honest, just be honest with confidence. Yeah, don't be afraid of them. They are human beings like you. Like, yeah, they are human beings like you. They just have a privilege of becoming a visa officer. That is it. Don't be afraid of any visa officer. Just go there, tell them what you think, give them a reason, and leave. Yeah, so if you have any questions, ask me. Ask me. I'm here. I'm here for your questions. As I said, every Saturday I'm here for any question you have for me. Okay, so don't be afraid of any visa officer. They are human beings. That's what I want you to know. They are human beings like you. Get a story, answer the questions, start preparing from today. There is no luck anywhere. I don't believe in luck. You prepare, you work hard, you get what you want. There is no luck anywhere. So work hard, prepare, and when you finally go there, because of your hard work, there will be a reward, which is your visa. So don't believe in luck. I don't really believe in luck. That is my philosophy. I don't believe in luck. I believe in destiny helpers, but if you don't help yourself, there is no one who is going to help you, and people are waiting for destiny helpers. No, help yourself. Even if the destiny helper comes and you don't you don't help yourself, no one is going to help you. Trust me on that. People would like to help people who are helping themselves. So start working hard like never before from today. You want to study in the US, put aside all the distractions. Like there are times you have to mute your phone, like put it somewhere, try your best, apply, like get some schools and apply. That is life. You have to work very hard. And you're accountable for whatever happens to you. George says I'll be paying for my B1, B2 visa fees at the bank on Monday. So when should I book it? Monday. After you pay it, book it. Yeah, book. I don't know whether you've created an account already, but create an account today. Get to the part where they say pay the fees, get the coupon, go and pay it at GT Bank. Yeah, you're in Ghana, so pay it at GT Bank. Monday, get to the place where you hunt for dates and wait for a date. When the date available, you book it. So don't wait for anyone. Yeah, so start helping yourself. Okay, start helping yourself. No one is coming through for you. Just prepare, and luck, and also yeah, prepare. And one thing I thought was when I come to the US, my life is going to turn around. I'm going to be the happiest man alive because the US is going to solve most of my problems. The US has multiplied my problems, trust me. Now, when you come here, you realize that you are way happier in Ghana, but I don't like to talk about that. But all the same, no one is coming through for you. You have a goal to get here. And so you get here by all means. The key to success is focus. That is all the key. You want to get approved with your visa interview, just put all your focus on that, and there is no way you're going to fail at it. You went for the first time, you got denied. Okay, I'm still alive, I can try again. You go for the second time, you get denied again. Okay, I'm still alive, I can try again. You go for the third time, you get denied. Okay, I'm still alive. But when you're going again, make sure you change something. Either you change the school, you get more scholarships. Don't go with the same situation. If you still want to go with the same situation, make sure you are more confident. When they ask you what has changed, be very bold and talk. And confidence is not developed in a day. It takes practice. Like the more you practice, practice, you'll be saying your answers like that. Practice. And that is it. You have created an account already. That's perfect. That's amazing. So yeah, pay it on Monday. Get to the place where you book an appointment. I don't think there is date for F1 visa interview. So all you have to do is to wait. After you pay it, wait. So every day, go and check it whether there is a date available and choose that date. If the for F1 there is no date available. If there is date available and I notice it, I'm just going to let you know. Okay. Have you heard of Ken? Yeah, Kentucky State is like 4 hours away from me. He said, have you heard of Kentucky State? Yeah, I've heard of Kentucky State University. That was basically my job in Ghana. I was applying for it to every schools. I applied to more than 70 schools in Ghana. So almost every school I know. Yeah, so I'm going to go off. I said this 1 hour ago that I'm going to go off very soon, and I've stayed with him for 1 hour. Can you go with the same I-20 for the second time? It depends, but no. It depends, but there's a likelihood that you can't. If if they deny you and maybe your I-20 says you have to go this fall 2020 2026, right? And they deny you today, yes, you can use the same I-20 to go again. Maybe you're going next month. But if unfortunately you can't go in for 2026 and you have to defer the application, you have to get a new I-20 because the start date on the old I-20, you can't use that same start date. It's different. So yeah. But if it's the same time frame, then you can go with the same I-20. It is B1, B2. Okay, B1, B2, there are dates available. So I think by Monday, or if you have a Visa card, right, or MasterCard, you can pay it tonight, get a date tonight. But if you don't have a Visa card, um, you have to wait till Monday because I think there are dates available for B1, B2. I checked yesterday, there are dates available. So if you have a Visa card, you can pay it online tonight. You don't have to go to the bank and pay it. You can pay it online. If you don't have a Visa card, I might do you one favor. No. Should I do it or not? No, still, I can't. Yeah. I was trying to let you send the money to me, so I paid for you tonight, but I don't think it's possible tonight because still you still need a bank to send me the money. So instead of you sending me the money for me to use my Visa card to pay for you, I think wait till Monday. There are still dates available for B1, B2. So is a possible date in May? No, not for now. Not that I know of. There are dates for B1, B2, but the date starts in July. But maybe they will release new dates. For F1, there is no date available. So they might release new dates, maybe, hopefully. I don't know. I'm not a resource officer. But hopefully by the middle of this month, I think they might release new dates. But if they don't, your conference is 30th of July. Conference, correct? B1, B2, right? Yeah, there is no date in May. Yeah, there is no date for B1, B2. I think it's July. July, August. From August going, I'm going to get a date. I'll be going to Cape Coast to pay the visa fee. Oh, okay. Okay. It's been a long time since I paid at the bank. I always use Visa card, so I don't know whether you have to wait for 2 days. I think you can pay it on the. I think you can continue on the same day. I don't know. It's been a long time since I used bank, so I don't know how it works now. Conference is B1, B2. Yeah, there's date available in August. So July, August. So go there, get a date right now. And you can reschedule for 3 times. So if there is date in August, don't wait till there is a date available in May. Choose the August date. You can still reschedule when there is date in May. So choose the date that you see to secure that date. So when there is date in May, you change the date and choose the May date. Debbie said, I have strong ties through my dad's company and my family is in Ghana. I'm committed to my dad's business and I plan to return home and apply the skills and knowledge. Um, what question are you trying to answer? Because they're not going to ask you proof home ties, so you can't say I have strong ties to my dad's business. So you can structure it in this way that um let's see. You don't have to start with I have strong ties to my dad's company. You have to let them know that you have strong ties, but you don't have to tell them directly that you have strong ties to your dad's company. So you can start with your dad has a business, a big business, growing business in Ghana, and you are the only child of your dad. So um, he wants to take their business to the next level. So you have to come to the US to do masters in business administration and go back and help your dad's business scale. Yeah. So don't directly say I have strong ties to my dad's business. You can say it, but indirectly. So my my dad has one of the biggest companies in Ghana, and he I'm currently working for him, but he wants the business to scale, and he doesn't know how to do it. So I've decided to go to the US, learn business management, learn the systems there, and eventually come back and help my dad business scale. You get it, or help grow. Okay, criminal justice, and coming back to help your dad's business doesn't go. You're coming to do criminal justice and you want to go back and help your dad's business. That is not a very strong home ties. Criminal justice. I don't normally see international students choosing criminal justice because that trains you for like FBI, these local police, intelligence specialists. That's what criminal justice do. Like it's mostly for the local Americans. Why did you choose criminal justice though? Title said my sponsor is at the US and the citizens too. How do I explain? Do you have anyone who can sponsor you from your home country to be on the safer side? But you can still explain it though. My sponsor is in the US and a citizen too. Yeah, Titus, if you have anyone who can sponsor you in your home country, I would prefer that. But if you don't have anyone, don't put much emphasis on you don't have anyone here when you want to prove home ties. You can go by the normal method. I'll come back to Ghana and do this and that. So they might probably ask you, do you have a family in the US? So you say yes, and you change the attention to your plans, or you change the whole thing to academics. So I have a family in the US, but I'm going to the US to study. And after studies, I plan to come back to my home country to do this and that. So is your sponsor in the US? Yes, my sponsor is in the US. But the main reason why I'm coming to the US is to do criminal justice. And after doing the criminal justice, I want to be um, a law enforcement personnel back in my home country, or I want to be a lawyer in my home country. So after studying criminal justice, I want to go back to do law in Ghana, or to be a lawyer in Ghana. So don't put answer it. Admit that you have a sponsor who is a US citizen, but divert the focus to your plan on your purpose in the US and your plan on going back to your home country. We have 7 minutes more and we'll be 2 hours. Then I'll reserve my energy for tomorrow. So you all join me on YouTube tomorrow where we talk to Jayla tomorrow. My dad also have private security firm in Ghana. So use that. Use that. I would prefer the private security firm to the business. I don't know what business though, but yeah, use that. Fact, so confidence matters. I was also very nervous. I couldn't explain myself. I wasn't even making sense to myself. So I need I'll be denied. Yeah, you just have to be confident. And then the main reason why many people are not confident is that we don't practice. It's difficult to become very confident at something you don't normally do, right? If you don't normally do something, it's difficult to become confident at it. If you don't normally speak, it's difficult for you to speak in front of people. If you don't normally drive, it's difficult for you to drive for the first time. If you don't normally exercise, if you don't normally go to the gym, the first time you go to the gym, you'll be confused. What should I do? Where should I go? So it all depends, right? It all depends. So start practicing from today, as I always say. Write your answers down. Open your mouth and talk. I am going to the US to do this, do that, do this. After that, I'll return to my home country to help because my father has his own security firm. So I want to come use my knowledge I've learned in the US to help his private security firm. Open your mouth and talk when you are practicing. Don't close your mouth and start reading it. You're not going there to read it in your mind, you're going there to talk to him. So open your mouth whilst you're talking. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think we will end here and we will continue tomorrow, God willing. Same time where I'll bring a guest on YouTube where she's going to talk to you all about her experiences. Okay, I'll see you. And I've published a new book, How to Pass Your Visa Interview on the First Try. I'll publish it for free. You don't have to pay any money for the book. It's going to help you step by step on how to answer most questions, how to be in the right frame of mind. I had to charge for it, but I'm giving it for free to help the people who are going for the first time. Even if you're not going for the first time, there are tips in it that is going to help you if you're going for the second time. And I wrote in there what visa officers need from you as a person, like the things need you, they need from you when you go there. So I talked about that in the book. So you just get a copy for free, and um, yeah, it's going to help you. So when I finally publish it, I would let everybody know. Okay, and you get it for free. So I would say there are 5 things they need from you: purpose of travel, financial capabilities, who is going to fund you, purpose of travel, why the USA, home ties, plans after graduation, what are you going to do after school? That is the home ties. And consistency, which is what you say on your DS1s, it has to be the same thing you say on that day. If it changes, denial. Clarity, you have to be very clear as possible when you're answering the questions. And the final one is confidence. You have to be very confident when you are speaking to the visa officer. He's a human being just like you. So speak to them like you are speaking to your dad. Okay, just speak to them and you'll be fine. So these are the 5 things. If you really answer prove these things well, you are going to get approved. So I wrote all these things in the book. So you just grab a copy for free. I'm going to give you the link to download the book. So you get a copy for free, and you learn and how to write a story. Before you go, you have to write a story. You have to get your personal story. So how to write your own story so you can answer every visa interview question. They are all in the book. So I'll let you know. Then you get a copy. So thank you for your time and your effort. May God bless you. May God bless you too. I'm going to see each and every one of you in the US very soon. So I want to thank every one of you. I want to say God bless you for joining me today. Tomorrow, same time, we'll be talking to Jayla, who is going to speak to you about her visa interview where she was asked a few questions and under 2 minutes she was approved. So what actually happened? So those on TikTok here, join me on YouTube. Same name on YouTube. Go and subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay. God bless everyone.